The early dynastic period of ancient Egypt spans roughly from 3100 BCE to 2686 BCE. It represents a crucial phase in Egyptian history as it marks the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, leading to the establishment of the first centralized state. Here are key aspects of the early dynastic period. Unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. The early dynastic period began with the unification of the two regions traditionally attributed to King Narmer, also known as Menes. Narmer is depicted in ancient Egyptian iconography wearing the crowns of both Upper and Lower Egypt, symbolizing his rule over the entire land. Political organization. With the unification, Egypt transitioned from a collection of independent city-states to a centralized state. The pharaoh, or king, became the central authority, governing with the assistance of a bureaucracy and regional administrators. Hieroglyphic writing. The early dynastic period witnessed the emergence of hieroglyphic writing, a system of pictorial symbols used for religious texts, administrative records, and monumental inscriptions. These early hieroglyphs were often carved or painted on tombs and other structures. Development of social structure. Society was stratified into different classes, with the pharaoh at the top, followed by nobles, priests, scribes, and common people. The king's role was not only political but also religious, as he was considered a divine ruler. Economic stability. The period saw economic stability facilitated by the fertile soil of the Nile River. Agriculture played a central role in the economy, and the Egyptians developed irrigation techniques to maximize crop yields. Architectural achievements. The early dynastic period is characterized by the construction of monumental architecture. Notable structures include mastaba tombs, which evolved into the step pyramid complex built for Pharaoh Djoser at Saqqara. This marked the beginning of the pyramid building tradition in Egypt. Religious practices. Early Egyptian religion centered on a pantheon of deities with a focus on sun worship. Rituals and ceremonies played a crucial role in maintaining cosmic order, Ma'at, and the pharaoh's role in these religious activities underscored his divine status. Funerary practices. Funerary practices became more elaborate, with the construction of tombs and burial rituals reflecting a belief in an afterlife. The concept of an eternal soul, Ka, and the need to provide for the deceased in the afterlife were central to these practices. Dynastic succession. The early dynastic period witnessed the establishment of the first dynasties, with several pharaohs succeeding one another within ruling families. This period laid the foundation for the dynastic system that would persist throughout much of Egypt's history. While the early dynastic period is not as well documented as some later periods, archaeological evidence, including artifacts, inscriptions, and tomb structures, provides valuable insights into the cultural, political, and religious developments that shaped the early civilization of ancient Egypt.